So yesterday I decided to start working on my universal joints, and I was having a bit of a problem. So they came off nice and easy. You can see it's, you take the 4 bolts and you pry it off and then it slides off. So that was nice and easy. Here's where it got a little complicated. On the rear axle side, the U-joint would not come out. The pins broke, or the clips broke. Let's see here. Take a look at this side. Like, the pins look like these pins. And when I went to pinch them, they just broke and got stuck in there. So it turned out that I had, inside one of the caps, the little roller bearings were all messed up, so I had to end up having the U-joint cut out. So after I got it all cut out, the caps were apparently goddamn near impossible to pound out. But after I did that, after they got all pounded out, got the inside cleaned up a little bit, then I ran a screwdriver through the inside there and cleaned it all up. So that was the downfall of getting those out. What happened was, why I think they came out so hard, is that since those were so bad, I think they got heat rusted in there, and that's a problem. You can't feel that anything's wrong with it, before I changed it, but I was getting a weird noise and I thought it was my brakes, so I I just changed my brakes about a month before. I thought it was that, but it turns out that the brakes weren't my issue. It was a bad U-joint. So now that I got it all out, I'll show you how I'm going to put it all back together. Now, when you're putting the U-joint back in, you want to make sure that the grease fitting is in an easy enough spot to reach. So check where it is. Just remember to keep an eye from where it is when you initially take it off, and put it back in that position. Alright, so now what I do is I have my drive shaft and the universal right here. So what you want to do is pull the caps off and set them off to the side somewhere where they're not going to get dirty or whatever, and make sure you be careful you leave them, because you don't want those little rollers to fall out. Once they fall out, then it's nothing but an issue. So what you want to do is start by putting it in, wiggle it in like that. Alright, so I misspoke just a second ago. What you want to do is you want to leave these on so you have something to push against. Then what you want to do is put this on, make sure it's seat straight, and once you get that in there, you want to tap it down a little bit. After you get that tapped down between the supports, you'll see that it still sticks up a little bit. So what you want to do is tap it down. See, that gets all the way up. So what you want to do now is tap that down a little bit more. You tap it down. I don't know, the camera doesn't seem to want to be focusing, but if you tap it down enough, leave just enough room for that ring to go in. And after that, you flip it over and repeat on the other side. Okay, you'll get the other one tapped down just about as far as the last one. Then what you want to do is you can either tap it down with just the hammer, enough to get the clip on, or you can put a socket on and do that. You'll do all that after you can place the clip on the other side. Okay, so as you may or not be able to see, I just got the clips in, and this time I use a little bit of never seaser on the outside so they don't get jammed in there and break off like they did last time. Alright, now comes the next step. What you want to do is, when you put the grease fitting on, you then want to take the grease zircon and put it in, and what you want to do is take a clamp and clamp these two on the outside after you get the fitting in. And pump some grease into it, because if you don't, it'll just push them right off.